Hey everyone, I'm Caleb McCoy, and for this episode of The Good and the Bad and What If, we're taking a look at Dead by Daylight. Joining me are two of RivalCast Media's premier Let's Players, Varyar
Heyo!
and Baron Von Gosu.
Howdy, y'all.
Alright, gentlemen, Varyar will have 60 seconds to tell us the good, Baron, you will have 60 seconds to tell us the bad, and we'll each get 60 seconds for the What If. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Alright, Varyar, start us off. 3, 2, 1, go.
Look, there's one great thing about Dead by Daylight. It knows what it is, and it's happy with what it is. This isn't some massive AAA production where they need to justify $60 on the box, so they go in and cram in a bunch of features and stuff that doesn't matter. This is a 4-versus-1 asymmetrical horror game. There's killers, there's survivors. One's job, it's to kill you. The survivors, their job is simply to get away. I love that. I think it's very well done. It's very basic. It does what it does, and it's good at it. Obviously, it's got some flaws. It is a smaller studio. There's some bugs and stuff. But at heart, this is a game where you can play a bunch of different ways, both as killer and as survivor. As killer, are you going to be a camping little shit, or are you going to run around and give everyone chances to save each other and get points? As a survivor, are you going to be a total selfish prick and just get you out? Because sometimes that works really well. Or do you want to work as a team and be altruistic, which can get you a buck ton of points? Overall, I love the balance. I love the dynamic. I love the game.
All right, Baron, are you ready for the bad?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, as much as I like this game, no game is without its flaws. And Dead by Daylight definitely has some flaws that I think can be extremely irritating. And number one is just trying to get into a freaking game. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times on a stream, even playing on my own, that I'm trying to get into a game and it keeps booting me back to lobby and booting me back to lobby. And it gets worse now that they've released this new feature where you can join and play with friends in a public game. Well, you got to find a server where you can actually fit in 2 or 3 people. And that's not always easy because it seems like there's an abundance of survivors and not quite so many killers. Another big issue is that I have an issue with the balance system right now for the different perks and abilities that you get as you level up your characters. Right now, your main characters, your survivors, can go and get what's called these teachable perks, which basically means some kind of ability that's inherent to one character, you can teach it to another one. And thus, you can create this overpowerful character that A, is too good for the killer, and B, it kind of ruins the fun of playing some of the other characters. And again, it kind of ruins the fun of getting into the game.
All right, Varyar, are you ready for your what if?
Absolutely.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, I actually agree totally with what Baron was just saying. Teachable perks ruin the uniqueness. Now, I don't agree as much with killers. You know, there's nothing super overpowered there. The really, really powerful perks like No One Escaped Death and Bitter Murmurs, those are available to all already. But with survivors, it definitely takes away from the unique feeling. You know, Meg is fast. That's her thing. Jake can sabotage. That's his thing. Claudette can self-heal. That's her thing. Dwight is a giant, useless walking billboard. That's his thing. You know, and when you take away their uniqueness, it gets to the point where it's like, why? Just pick the one that you like. I like Jake because he hides in grass really well. He's green. You know, so if you made it so that teachable perks took 2 slots, nobody could run the unholy trinity of Saboteur, Self-Heal, and Sprint Burst. You couldn't do it. It wouldn't work. So that would kind of force people to use characters based on what perks they want to have and make people choose, make the characters more unique. And I think that would be great for longevity.
All right, Baron, are you ready?
I am.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
My biggest concern and my biggest what-ifs actually come down to what they're going to do to support this game now that it's out. And for those of you that have followed our Twitch streams and our podcast for a while know that I've brought up the point of, with Dead by Daylight, it's one of those games where you don't know how well it's going to do when it's been out for a while. Because there's no different content to it. Nothing ever really seems to change. And what I would like to see them do in my what-if is, what if they released different killers with different abilities? And what if maybe they even open up the idea to let people develop their own levels in their own areas. A lot of games like now, like Party Hard, are doing that where you can custom make your own maps. And I love that idea because I love having the freedom, and that way you're also creating never-ending content for you to keep going back and keep playing the game over and over and over again. Because the way it's set up and the way it's played, for the most part, it has a very solid base to it, but it just needs more meat on the bones. And that's what I want to see. And I hope with the DLC, my big what if is that they're going to release a whole bunch of new content and then, of course, not rake you over the coals by making you buy and spend $30 for each one.
All right, gentlemen, now for my what if. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, I haven't played the game whatsoever, guys, but from watching you guys play and you guys talk about it, I think my two what ifs for the game is take the friends mode and maybe make it like a competition between two groups of friends, having 5 versus 5, 4 survivors versus their killer, and 4 of their survivors versus your killer. I think you could do some interesting competitive things with that. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it might service a particular clique within the game community. Another thing I would like to see happen is more, instead of just having the survivors trying to get out of the map, get away from the killer, maybe they have a game mode where you are going after the killer himself and you're trying to trap him. It might go against the lore of the game so far, but I think it'd be very, very interesting. All right, gentlemen, would you recommend this game?
Absolutely, in a heartbeat.
Yes, absolutely I would.
So on that ringing endorsement, thanks for watching this episode of The Good and the Bad and the What If. You can check us out at our website, RivalCastMedia.com. You can also check out our other video content on our YouTube channel. And finally, you can catch our Let's Play streams at twitch.tv/RivalCastMedia. Thanks for watching.